1, 2, 3, put your eyes on me. 5, 5, 6, and my feelings are mixed. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the signs. 10, kiss me in the rain. 1, 2, 3, you're till my...
Well, welcome along, everybody. We are back again after a bit of a pause. We all know why we've had a bit of a pause, due to the D word that we're not going to use. But we are definitely back racing, and I'm excited to be here helping out the Tier 4 and the commentary team here in France. And joining me is Mr. Federico, if I get that correctly, in the commentary box.
Yeah, Federico, it's
Federico.
right. So yeah, hello everybody, and I would say welcome back after 4 weeks. We are back in France, so... And if I remember well, it's like your second time commenting on SLR because you commentated the event, so...
Yes, the event. That was on the weekend. That was absolutely fantastic. The 100% race.
Yeah, it was
that you're in, mind you,
very
as
good.
well, too. That's just that potential P1 slipped out of your
Yeah,
fingers.
we don't want
there.
to speak about
We
it.
don't talk about that right now. But what we do have up on the screen, of course, is the track map. And also, more importantly, the Drivers' Championship standings. I don't know if you're going to be able to help me read that one out. If you're aware of that situation for some of these drivers, as I'm just relatively new to this tier now.
Yeah, sure. So we have basically in P1, Lavifasole, in the Ferrari and Eversnax with 10 points of cap, 44 points. And in P3, Max Split, Chief in P4, Bean, P5, that he won in Baku, so the last race that we had. Then we have Thor, Talt, Leslie, Shakalaka, Heat, Zod, Edward, Bustemes, Tara 5G, Bowman, Larson, Snell, Henke, Meepo, and Uther.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, the championship has been very, very close so far. So I hope to see a very good race today. What do you think about France?
Oh, for sure. This track produces definitely a lot of great overtaking. It's not so much, I'd have to say, fun in the real world. That's the beauty of the game. Certainly those overtaking opportunities, isn't it? If you go in all the way down the main straight into turn 8 and 9, that's that little kink in the Mistal straight.
Yeah.
That's certainly overtaking opportunities. And into turn 1 and 2, that Audi, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't really know about that.
And then the tricky points, of course, that's all those Saint Bonnet, I think that's 3 to 6. That's all the way at the top of the track map that you can see. Those are very, very difficult turns. And certainly produce a lot of overtaking.
By the way, now we have Chief on the hot lap as the first driver.
Yep, let's go to Mr. Ocean Chief in the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, he's not such a qualifier, but he's more a race guy like Paris. So maybe we're gonna see some fights with him today.
Yeah, do you want to give us a hot lap as we're on board?
Yeah, so Ocean Chief in the last sector, I think it's one of the most difficult probably, because we have the last turn which you have to be very, very good on the exit to carry as much speed as you want, and after you have a quite short straight, the final straight, and Chief is gonna end up on 31.0 provisional pole. But I think the times will be a little bit lower.
They will. Eversnax in the McLaren right now, P13 will come across and blow that one away by almost a second as well. Not to mention, we still have another driver, and that's Snell Hankey. Was also in that race on the weekend. Snell's going to be... Alfa Romeos are looking pretty strong at the moment. Well, obviously, there's only a couple of cars, but he is going around the final sector now into turn 14. And then the final turn here at Mr. Turn 15. I'll get my tongue twister. Da Point. Can he be on Da Point right now? He's going to be definitely crossing that line and right up the top of the timesheets. What will that be in the 29s, perhaps? No, very close, but 30 flat.
Yeah. The thing is, like, Snell Hank is a driver which last year was very, very fast. He was one of the contenders for the championship, but so far, like, I think I'm expecting a lot from him. So I think he may be a contender for the championship.
Yes, it would be absolutely fantastic. I've known him for well over a year, actually, probably before around when the pandemic started. Just in some open lobbies, used to hang out. So it's great to actually be commentating him again.
Yeah.
seeing him race.
But in general, seeing the standings, I think everyone has the chance to win. This year, Tier 4 is a really balanced tier. So
So how many rounds
I
are we
think
looking at going? I didn't have the calendar to pull up there, unfortunately, to show you guys for all the
that's
events.
the race 5, and we're gonna drive on Portimao. It has been after Imola, I think.
Okay.
So I think we have. I don't actually remember how many races left, but it's still a long season, so
Fair enough.
doesn't matter.
Long season, just like the real Formula One calendar, it'll be even longer next year.
Yeah,
Just on the weekend, on the week during the event, Red Bulls, they've been quite busy driving their car around the streets of Manhattan, also around Dallas. So it's pretty remarkable how they can pack those cars up and plonk them anywhere in the world, essentially, for an event, close off the streets, and do donuts and burnouts around. Obviously, they're really they're pushing for more drivers in the US. Obviously, they're going to have Miami next year, and they're still pushing for a third.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to next year. New cars, so I wanna see how the game is gonna be changed. Hopefully without any teasing or other problems, as we had this year.
Hey, we don't use the D word. The D word has been banned. Just keep an eye on this one. There's 2 drivers, so I'm actually on board with Tipsy Bob. But I might have to switch away from Tipsy Bob in a second to Thor, because I think Thor is about to come very, very close here to Ever Snacks a lot. Ever Snacks himself was the gentleman that was commentating with me on that 100% special event race. So now I get to commentate him. Hopefully not commentate, curse him. That's the powers that we have.
Hopefully not. He is one of the contenders for the championship, so be careful on him.
Thor's about to hammer across the line. Thor could not hammer it.
Close.
But that's 1/10 off. All the ones, actually.
Honestly,
Yeah.
what do you think is the best strategy for
Softs, mediums.
soft mediums?
Yeah, I don't think anybody at the moment is even going to take the gamble of trying to put a hot lap in or fast lap on the mediums. Because as you can see, Tipsy Bob did get 1 second down the road, so slowed into P8. We've still got a couple of drivers out there without any times next to their names. Neo Dio, for one, will go down to the Haas driver in P14, as he's about to set a time soon. Sorry, there is a cat. I'm nursing my neighbour's cat next door. Well, my neighbours are overseas, and it's very, very, a little annoying of a cat. Very annoying. Jumps up and breaks things, and I don't know. Anyway, so I've just got to keep an eye on him. He doesn't destroy something. Oh, a bit of a mistake there from Neo Dio, so I think he's just going to have to realise he's going to box.
Yeah, a bit. Actually, I don't know, but I see a yellow flag.
I didn't see
think
one.
one.
If there is, obviously it's
Okay,
because the
no,
car's
it's fine.
getting out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, they're giving Delpra Tauri. They're giving Slipstream.
Yes.
Taro
Oh,
5G. Yeah, and also I know like Taro and Bowman were teammates last year on Tier 3 Alfa Romeo. So nice to see them again, the same team. And speaking about the strategy, like I've done practice like last month, and I was thinking about the best strategy would be soft hard or medium hard, because I've tried soft medium and
oh yes.
the softs don't last too much. Honestly,
There goes
so-
Bowman around. Or Bowman. You could see he just about caught it, but the rear end went out on the AlphaTauri. I do have a replay
Yes.
saved to that, so we'll see if we can pull up that replay in a second, so that he can look
It's
at.
not an easy track for sure.
Absolutely not. That traction boosted mass. Now it's set a time for the Aston Martin, but he wants to get that green car across the line as quick as possible. And the only thing stopping
Yes,
him
7
is
minutes for
15 corners of it to do. G'day out there, Nubar. I think Snatch practiced. I think he did at the moment. He's going even quicker, Snatch, but he'll keep an eye on boosted mass.
he has practiced before. He was asking for a lobby, so now I need to set the pole. I don't want to put pressure on him. But
This is what they say, practice makes perfect. Thank you very much. Good to hear me in the commentary box. It's a good race day. I'm glad to be in the commentary box. And Racing Vlog says, unfortunately, he had to reinstall the game. Hope you have reinstalled it and got it back up there, Racing Logs, or you're still going through that one at the moment. Boosted Mass is going through the final couple of corners.
Yeah,
This big, love this camera angle right here. As de Bassant, I think it is. My French is not very good.
And also average snacks in this final straight. We're gonna see 29.6.
Oh, Eversnacks. I thought he was going to be a little bit further down the road, but I knew he was going to smash that time. He's half a second, almost half a second.
Wow.
Just done quicker than everybody else, so he has definitely been practicing.
A very good lap for him. Yeah.
Let's see if Boosted Maz has been practicing. Crosses the line and will go up just
P9.
ahead of his teammate.
Yeah.
Wow,
Good
somebody going
drivers.
previewing quickly.
Same now.
There's Snell. So Snell, Hankley, if I'm pronouncing that one correctly. I've known the
Yes,
gentleman for
thank
some
you.
time. Yeah, he got the fastest middle sector here, 27.5. It's just a little bit.
Seems quite fast. 7 tenths up, I see.
He's 1/10 down on that first sector. Oh, there it is. 80 thousandths of a second. So that third sector actually was the one that's cost him a little bit of time.
Was so close. I want to see where he lost time to average snacks.
I think it was the third sector. Just checking the telemetry
Yeah,
information.
first sector, yeah. For 1 time. Yeah. But that was a very good lap for him.
So it's the Shakalaka's come back out there to try to defend that time because we're getting down to 5 minutes and change left of this qualifying session here in Paul Ricard. His first sector is 22.7. Personal best for himself, 28.3. Middle sector is not what he wanted to have. He knows he can find more time there for sure. He's going to commit to the rest of this lap or box.
I mean,
pit.
the good thing on France is that you can get some different lines, especially in the sector too. So I think that's a very good thing.
Absolutely. I hope the audio levels are good out there, guys. I've had to be adjusting some stuff on my microphone lately, and I don't want it to mess up the stream there. If you can hear myself okay, if you can hear Mr.
Yeah, it's good.
Federico?
For me.
Federico, right?
Yeah, it's good. That's true. Yeah, Federico. Yeah.
Federico, yeah, that's it, yeah. Okay.
Just call me Federer. I think it's
Federer.
easier.
Federer. Yeah. From Italia, I can't wait till actually we do get to commentate together in Italy.
Yeah,
I'm going to get
Monza,
you. Yeah.
Imola.
Oh, there's a spin in the foreground.
Oh yeah, spin for
I was just,
Taro 5G. Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
Oh, he spun again.
Yeah, he's got those tyres cooked at the moment. Needs to
Yeah,
get back in the
the
pit
tyres are
lane. Neo Diaz on a flying lap. I think he wants to improve a little bit more than P14. 2.4 seconds currently off our leader. He's yet to set a time. Well, he has set a time, but his time was invalidated. That's why you're not seeing it up there. Chief Papole out there from Wimpy. Chief
There's a
Papole.
thing for
Go ahead.
Tipsy Bob is home race. I think so. For Tipsy Bob.
Oh, is it?
Oh.
The Frenchman? Is
Yeah, I
Tipsy
think
Bob
so.
French?
Yeah, I think he's French.
Oh, shout out there for Tipsy Bob then. He should have a bit of an advantage. A little bit of an advantage.
Well, yeah, Vantage.
Have you been to Monza? Or Imola?
I wanted to go this year, but the prices, at least for Monza, were
Yeah.
crazy.
Fair, yeah.
So,
It
but I
is.
think, yeah, next year probably, yeah. I don't know if Monza or Imola, but for sure I will go on one of them.
Excellent. Yeah. So you'd be a Tifosi? Are you a Tifosi?
Uh,
Are you a
yes,
Ferrari? You're a
obviously.
Ferrari fanatic, Ferrari fan. So that makes you a Tifosi.
yeah, obviously a Ferrari fan.
Excellent. Yeah, you can drive my Ferrari to the track if you want.
Well,
I
why not?
don't own a Ferrari. I'm kidding.
Well,
SLR haven't purchased me a Ferrari just yet. I thought I was
Yeah.
promised a Ferrari for commentating.
yeah, we
So-
want to get paid, but we didn't get any salary, so
Yeah. We get
I
paid
think I will
in
make a
love.
complaint.
In love, mate. That's how we're in love with the sport. That's
Maybe.
how we get paid.
Hoping so.
So Neo there's the two Alpha Tauris, not setting up too much of a fashion statement around here in Paul Ricard, so they've got to get on with it. You can see those times. Dora's showing 26 seconds off. It's not correct. Tulsa's still sitting in the pits there for the Red Bull, not deciding to go out just
Also,
yet.
Ocean Chief, I think, yes, the insurance. Yeah.
2 runs. Yes, they have.
Oh, Eversnack's in the outlap, so I think it's gonna be interesting to see his time if he can improve, if he can go quicker.
Yeah, I'm just checking also the house driver of Bean. I think he's going in now. I don't think he's setting a flying lap. Looks like he's having a little bit of struggling with the handling on that house car right now. Not surprising. He is actually on a flyer. So he has improved on that time. My apologies. I'm not sure if he's made up his second. He's looking very slow down this main straight. He is lifting off.
What?
Or it's a lag glitch.
Yeah, Bean was improving, but...
Yeah, he's lifting because he's letting the McLaren through. Even. So he's letting the guy currently on pole through. So who do we go to? You said Lava, do you think? I'm not quite sure. We've got a bunch of drivers that come out now for the final part of this qualifying session.
I think Eversnack is gonna... Oh, and Tipsy retired. What happened?
Tipsy Bob. I don't see his car on... Yeah, I think it might have been the pit lane because I don't see his car out on track.
Well, P7 for him.
Anyway, here's the Ferrari of Lava. Or Lavi. So, yeah. Well, there you go. You can commentate. Why don't you commentate this in Italian? No, actually, when we go to Italy, you can commentate a hot lap around in Italian. But that's okay. Can you speak any French?
No, I mean, no. I've done like some French on middle school, but I literally don't remember anything about it.
not a problem. Well, the Ferrari driver's coming around the final couple of corners now, 14 and 15. So he's up on his time, so he's improving, but will that be enough to get himself onto the front row? I don't think he's going to be stealing this one away from Ever Snatch. But you never know what's going to happen. The track does improve. It'll go up to P4. So that definitely is...
That's better of Ferrari in France.
Yeah, Wimpy's asking, why is the old man still chilling the pit lane? Are you referring to the old man as Torsa?
As Ocean Chief. He's the old man.
Ocean Chief. All right. Yep, yes. He's currently in P6. He's out on track now. But this man is out on track again, and this Ever Snatch is ever ridiculously quick right now in the McLaren.
Just to let you know, Chief is known as the oldest man in the world. And Bomber referred on pit.
He's only old because everybody here is young. Just remember that. Ooh, look at Ever Snatch goes really wide. But he's gone fast. Fastest first sector. Fastest second sector. You all know what happens if you get the fastest third sector. He's going to be into the 20. This could be very early 29s perhaps. Yeah, 29.3 maybe. Whatever it is, he's found time left, right, and center as the track actually improves and evolves as well. He's going to cross that line right now and improve though that time. What will it be?
29.4.
29.4. So yeah, improved by a couple of tenths.
Another is there, Hanky, but he's not actually improving.
Mr. Leslie Stomp is improving a little bit on his time. So Mercedes,
but not enough.
Not enough. But we're looking to see if he's going to get a second row here.
He's gonna get
the second, right next to the Ever Snacksy.
So Leslie in the final straight, gonna take the flag for the last time on qualifying. 29.7.
So he shaved the temp out of it.
Maybe a pole for Everest now.
There's Thor further at the moment.
Yeah.
It's the Williams driver. He's not improved his middle sector. He did improve his first sector. Let's see what he can do about the all-important mighty third sector. That's really the tricky one, the technical part of the track. The first middle sector is basically just 2 little turns. It's not much at all. The kink of 8 and 9 obviously down the Mistle straight.
But you can even lose sometimes. I think it's very difficult to, because you have to carry as much speed as you can. So it's not so much easy to do it.
Thole crosses the line but doesn't improve, and that's pretty much it for our qualifying session. It will be, as everybody else has crossed the line and Max is in the pits. We didn't get... Oh, actually, Torsa did set a lap there. Did sneak one in on me on the mediums, so the Red Bull driver did 1 lap.
I was expecting someone to make the lap with the mediums, because I think mediums are actually a very good tire to start. So yeah, we're gonna see if the outside of the top 10 there will be someone who will start with the mediums or maybe with the hards.
Read through those results for us there in the United Nations of this league, as you can see. We have just about a person from every corner of the planet.
Dutch people. And so yeah, we have on pole Eversnax and Snell and Leslie P2 and P3, the Dutch guys.
Yeah, you got 18 seconds,
And
mate. They give you a lot of time this to go through this grid. I guess you get the top 10 out there.
yeah, okay. For Valavi Fasole, P5 Thor, Ocean Chief on P6, that's a very good qualifying for the Alfa Romeo driver. And we have tips about the French, or I don't think it's French, so it's
Yeah, some people don't
P7
actually
for
have the
tips.
flag. Are actually in the flags that they're
Yeah.
driving under naturally. Let's
Yeah,
check to
because
see if
you
their
know, like,
replay
some
sets.
guys.
Yeah, the action replay is working right there. As you can see, that was one of the drivers having a bit of a spinneroo for the
Check out.
Alpha Tauri. Too many
But yeah, I mean,
Alphas.
there are some guys which put the flag on the game, so maybe we will ask after an interview to Tipsy. Because I know, like, he can speak French, so I just wonder maybe his second language, I don't know.
Possibly. Now, I want to check to see if my weather forecast is working, but I don't think it is. No, I didn't. Sorry, my apologies again. I didn't get that set up in time. However, when they load in, we're gonna check out what the race
Well, it
weather
looks
will be.
we will get a dry race, so yeah, I mean, Vapesnax looks quite strong on this track. Do you think he's gonna win, or like he will have some pressure behind?
So, thank you very much for that information in the YouTube world from Terra, saying that Tipsy is from Northern Ireland, but his wife is French
Oh,
and
okay.
he speaks some. There you go.
Oh, thank you, Taro.
Yep. I love
Well,
it.
so
Yeah.
he has to win for her girlfriend, wife. Sorry.
He has to win for his wife, exactly, so she can basically say, congratulations, hubby, for the win in French. However you would say that.
So
Well,
yeah,
here we go for our
Vapesnax P1.
formation lap. And I do tell you what, the weather forecast that I am seeing is showing the possibility of rain towards the end of this race.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, thunderstorms are going to be lurking over at the Paul Ricard here in France.
And let's have a look for the tires. The outside of
But
the
are they going
top
to...
10.
Yeah, exactly. This is
The
tires. Good
mediums
call there.
and P14 on parts.
Yeah, that's a bit of a bold, brave one there from Dario, because the hard tyres are very difficult to get up to temperature and very difficult to drive on practically any track here in Formula One.
If you say there is the possibility that rain, maybe you want to go as long as you can. So
Yes, that could be a fantastic strategy. But however, he won't be
the worst one.
Probably sitting at the back there for a while. Good chances of obviously of safety cars when you have 15 drivers on the grid. Obviously, all those drivers in the top 10 have to be on their softs set the time on, and then the rest of those drivers you saw on the mediums. So there's not going to be not much of a change-a-route at the front there, obviously because of tyres, just a change-a-route because of how good the drivers are or how they're going to maximise their overtaking opportunities. Not to mention we're not going to have, obviously, any DRS for the first couple of laps, so they're not going to get that advantage down the Mistel Straight and also the main straight. We get those two DRS activations. Sorry?
I just said at the beginning, it's a track which maybe in real life is not one of the funniest one, but honestly in the game I found it pretty enjoyable. A lot of spot to overtake, and also it's a tricky track and 27 laps, so it's a long race. And the strategy here is very, very important.
It is.
This stop is quite slow.
Its track also has obviously a ridiculous amount of different configurations that you can do. This is the configuration that they do for the Formula One. And we'll explain obviously about everything else of the track and some inside information that I could provide you guys. But we're going to get ready, so grab yourselves a bagel or croissant and get ready for our race to get underway here for the TO4. We are back racing, adrenaline's pumping. And everybody wants to get racing again, mate. Absolutely going to get racing again. Go ahead and launch the restart for us, please.
So, where I cannot see the lights. Okay, now the lights are out. No. And now, finally, they're out. And where we go with Eversnax, which has actually a good start. Side by side, Leslie and Stanley. But Snell takes the outside and is actually go to the P2. Quite clean start, but I'm seeing Yeah, everything was fine.
It looks like Ocean Chief is under a bit of pressure there, dropping a couple of
Ocean
places.
Chief in Delta. Oh, and the wing. He lost the wing.
I know. Yeah, no, I don't think he did. I think there was. Oh, there's a car spinning off in the background. That's boosted.
Oh, and we've
That's boosted going around the wrong way. There he is, but he's still back on track. That's the good thing about here. It's very, very hard to hit the walls. I think there was a bit of those brake board markers that Ocean had hit. And there's also Torsa.
Popeye's around as well.
Torsa's going slow. Yep. And we'll go back up to the business end of things as Thor and Lava are at it. And they've got to get on with it because Tipsy Bob is lurking in the background there, ready to pounce on any of these mistakes. Here they go down the Mistle Straight. And look at the exit that Tipsy Bob got. And a fantastic exit.
Tipsy Bob.
And now they're going to go into this turn. Very sweeping right-hand 11. Just goes around and around and around.
Do you think his girlfriend is just giving permission to him? What do you think?
Yeah, she did.
About the
He's got. Yeah, she's screaming right now in French to get on with it and get the overtake. I'm sure she's going to be super happy too because he's up 2 places now, the Williams driver, and his teammates behind him, so they can work together and try to defend off against Ocean Chief, aka the old man, apparently. But right now, Tipsy Bob needs to be looking ahead of that Ferrari as ever. Snacksy's leading this race from Snell and Leslie in P3, and this is the battle
Max
you can see
on
further
the
down.
Pits. Max splits on the pit. I don't know. Probably
Maxi.
the damage.
Maybe for sure the Ferrari keep an eye on the time. Keep an eye on those times.
Yep.
In a little bit because we want to make sure we keep an eye on the racing that's going up here. We don't want to miss anything. I do have a replay of the start of the race, so we can go back to that when we got a time, when we have a minute.
The wings.
So what's going to happen here, keep an eye out on... I'm going to actually go back a little bit because it looks like Bean was really starting to catch the back here of Ocean Chief. Keep an eye between Tipsy and Thor, whether or not they're going to be... They're on the same tyres.
No, thank you.
So very long pit stop there for the Ferrari driver. So yes, they've damaged 35-second pit stop.
Yeah, that's why I think the undercut is very fast.
It was damaged. Now the beauty of this track is that it's very, very difficult to DNF. And well, we're just seeing Barmoon, I think, going around, going very slow, and that's the Alfa Romeo. And they're just not having the best of days today. And he's lost a couple of places there, so he's had a bit of a twirly-whirly.
Yeah, as you say, it's a tire which is quite difficult to retire, but it's not impossible. You can crash on a guy.
Oh, it's not impossible, that's for sure, mate, because I've even bended it into a wall here. And then again, I could crash a car anywhere. I can crash a Formula 1 car. But yeah, the reason why this track obviously doesn't have gravel tracks as well as Snell goes even quicker. Oh, they're all stealing this one away because they're using that toe. Yeah, because of the painted areas.
DRS, so.
Yeah, DRS is now enabled. This week, we're going to start seeing some of these overtaking opportunities, at least allowing them to catch up.
And
the blue stripe.
Similar DRS. So.
Yes, you're right. We'll keep an eye on that business end here. It's going to allow Leslie to keep in play here, and Lava. Tipsy Bob is now falling just a little bit off the Lava, falling out of that DRS.
He's the straight.
Yep, Snell here.
DRS on. He's deploying the battery actually.
He's not going to get him into 8, I don't think, unless it lasts the late breakers. He will.
Yes. Oh no!
Oh, I thought that had to be a little bit risky for Snell. Now he's going to let all these cars pass as he uses one of the alternative parts of the track.
And now the test probably are getting cooked. Because as you know, in this track, if you go on the blue or red line, there is more grip. So basically,
yes, there is. That's exactly what I was going to mention as well. It's a different material. They use like a tungsten material and stuff like that in those painted stripes. So the red one is very, very, very grippy.
Yes.
And to help you prevent, it's basically to help the cars from preventing to hit the wall. Obviously, the white doesn't do too much, and the blue gives you a little bit more.
I think France is the most safe track, probably.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because the other, the other tracks don't do that. Even the modern tracks don't use that approach anymore. Only
the interesting thing is that France has a lot of layouts, different layouts in the same track. So that's very good.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you see these little markers and things like that are around the place that kind of prevent the drivers from taking the other parts of the track.
I think in real life it's quite...
Ocean Chief is under pressure there from Bean right now, my friend, if you keep an eye on this one. I'm on board with Snell after that spin. He probably knows it was a little bit too risky to send that dive bomb.
Close. And Bin now is deploying the battery, but it's not close enough. I don't think we'll make the move there. Maybe we'll try a dive bomb. Snell.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to try that because that's exactly where Snell did it. I think Snell was...
And actually got a very good exit from the low chicane. So maybe there...
I like how you Europeans call it chickens. I know you're saying chicane. Chicken.
Yeah.
I just I make fun of everything in Europe because you usually say it sounds like chicken. It's not just you; it's a lot of Europeans that do that, the European accent. So that's fine, but you know, English is not your first language as well, too.
Yeah, certainly not. I mean,
oh, trust me, way I say us Australians say things. No, we have plenty of ways we destroy the English language. Okay, so this is a great little battle. Keep an eye out on Tipsy Bob. He's still hanging in there behind Thor, so they've had a bit of a switcheroo between them. Remember, Tipsy Bob was ahead. I wonder if they're gonna. I wonder if they are racing each other, or if they're gonna be working together as teammates. We'll still want to keep an eye on this battle here for currently P6 because it's Ocean Chief, Bean, and Snell.
Yeah, I think Tipsy Bob will try to move.
Got to be risky not to take each other out. First rule of team orders.
Well, I mean, Tipsy Bob has to win.
Yeah, well, they could come a little bit later, isn't it? But they're going to be compromised because they are falling off the Ferrari of Lava. Evers cranked it up. He's got a 2-second gap currently right now, but the Ferrari driver is definitely keeping them honest. Well, he's keeping Leslie honest, that's for sure.
Lavi Fasoli is actually going very, very fast. Well, we know he's fastest in the booth, so he's leading the championship.
Just got an overtake there too from the Red Bull as it just got past Neo. That's Talkstar on Neo, so apologies, I do destroy people's names. It's what I'm famous for with my commentating.
It's Neo, no, yeah, just...
some of the drivers let me know later. They go, Biggles, it's pronounced this, and I'm like, okay, sorry. You give me 10 races, and I'll eventually get it right.
Yeah, I mean, you commentate 15 races, so...
Yeah, 15. I've had 15 races a week, so yeah, there's a lot of names to go through and try to remember. And Snell's getting really close to being. They're both going to get that DRS toe, but on the main straight. Here is it. I've overtaken opportunity to turn 1 here. It's going to be very... Snell, I think Snell's going to be very careful. Remembers what happened the last time. He hit the brake pedal. Yeah, but look at the exit speed here.
He's trying to dive bomb in the inside. No, I don't want to risk as before.
No, but he's throwing it around. He's studying now the Haas driver. He's been behind him for some laps. Studying where he's making some mistakes, or if he's making mistakes, where he's taking his racing line a little bit different. And then Snell can try to do something about that. DRS straight down the Minstrel straight. You can see him really claw it in. You see the Haas driver's deploying. Yeah,
but it's not enough.
It's too far back, obviously, yes. But he's going to catch him around here if he can get good entry and exits. And then start thinking about it through the middle part of the section. And then I think out of that point. Oh, no, he might have a better exit run here.
Oh, and R5G spun. He spun.
Who has, sorry?
That's unfortunate. R5G.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, let's keep an eye on this one because Snell is really he's got to trust in his car, trust in his tyres, and trust that everything's going to stick in here. He's going to turn around and not have the inside line. Sorry, it just, yeah, he did okay. So with Thor, but we'll keep an eye on this side by side still. That's what I love about the third sector here. You can just go wheel to wheel. Will Snell finally? He does get it done. So he sized it up, but then at the moment, Bean can come back with that DRS toe as we're seeing some of those drivers at the front, all boxing. At least a couple of them, Lava and Leslie.
Oh, and Bean.
Yeah, they're coming back at it again. Of course, Bean's going to come back at it again with the DRS, and here we go again. So this is going to continue for a few laps, no doubt. And it's good racing is what we want to have.
Yeah, that's what we want to have. That's what we have missed. Good racing.
So Tipsy and Thor, yeah, you set through. Going to be a decision down there in the Williams pit garage as to when they're going to start to box those cars to change those tyres out, because maybe the undercut will pay off. We'll definitely keep an eye on that we'll keep an eye on that with Lava. And they've all been pretty much bunched up too as well. And remember, so a pit stop as there's overtaking opportunities once again here for Snell. And this time he does get it done down the Mistral Straight. And that's what he wanted to do on lap 2, I believe it was. Against Ever, but it didn't pay out for him. But this time around it has, and he's got ahead of Bean.
No, it was on left because he got the DRS.
Yeah, somewhere around there. You guys remember out there, everybody's going a little quiet in the YouTube chat because I guess they're sitting up on their sofas or whatever in their chairs watching this with excitement and anticipation. So as drivers that have already made a pit stop is Lava and Leslie. They've gone straight to the hards.
Chief is pitting now. Chief is pitting. And Snell Henke as well. So that's going to be such a mess.
So the drivers have boxed and gone to the hard tyres. That looks like the strategy. So let's have a look at anybody else that does that. Now, the rain is still forecasted to come towards the end of this race. If it does come here in time, that is the thing. You can still see the skies are pretty clear. But
Snell is losing time.
Changeable conditions can easily come pretty quickly in this game. So let's have a look.
For sure.
So Bean gone to the mediums. So there you go. He's one of the drivers that have just not elected to go to those hards after their pit stop. Going to be interesting.
I mean, the weather is not looking like it's so.
I know, but the game can. This clouds come pretty quickly. It's supposed to be thunderstorms, mate. As Thor and Tipsy are going to be at it again. A bit of exchangeroo. I said it's kind of like that cycling sport in the Olympics, isn't it? When you have one cyclist out in front in the team, and then they swap around and let the other one through to break the wind. You're seeing something similar happening there for the Williams guys. Now, they can't double stack. They're too close. You can see them on track. There's only half a second that separates them. So there has to be a call as to who will box soon.
And by the way, Torres passed again.
Yeah, that's what I just said. That's what I'm showing.
Sorry.
Yeah. You have one job. So our leader's boxing. He's got a nice 5-second gap. Now he won't be in the. He'll be provisionally, obviously, in the lead of this race. Thor's going to follow him in. So there it is. So that means Tipsy Bob has to stay out for that additional lap. We expected it, but look at the Williams there coming out of the pits, and you can see the McLaren. So has that Williams driver just made a little bit quicker pit stop? No, he hasn't made his pit stop yet. My apologies. He's gone onto the hards. I thought he was in and out, like going, wow, that was quick. But no.
So Shakalaka is the first guy on mediums?
Yeah, the medium guys now are obviously can stay out a little bit longer and try to take advantage of it.
Yeah, the mediums are very, very good.
But let's keep an eye on the time. That's the crucial part. On how much time that they'll lose to these guys on fresh rubber. Although they are the hard tyres, so it'll take a couple of laps to warm up and get some temperature into them.
They are, yeah, but like in this game, I've noticed like the hards are not very good in general on trucks overall. But on France, they are actually very, very good. I think the worst tire is the soft, honestly. They don't
definitely
last too much.
Keep an eye on that. Because
80 laps. Soft.
Look at this, but look at the Williams driver. And you got Leslie now that's currently in P6. Neo hasn't yet to box, as well as this man we're on board with, which is Borman. Now, Leslie is, you got to think about that. He's 8/10 off, so he can't afford to be held up by, look at this. Lava's going past here right now, so Lava's coming straight out of the box. He wants to catch Leslie. Remember, that was the position here. So Ever was the leader of this race. Leslie was in P2 and Lava was in P3. And look at that. Lava's really close to Leslie, so that pit stop between them hasn't changed too much. Tipsy Bob's finally boxing. Yep. But the thing is, how is there a gap there to Snacks? There it is. So that's 1.3 plus 2 or so. Yeah, they've practically been about the same. The pit stops haven't changed too much, even though Leslie and Lava, I think it was, took the pit stop. No, Leslie took the pit stop with Bean a lot earlier. Bean's all the way back down to P13.
So Shaka last time was 136. So that's quite consistent because I've seen his delta.
Tipsy Bod comes out way down the road from his teammate by staying out that extra lap. Have a look at that. That's cost him quite a bit by getting that call. He is on the medium tyres. His teammate is on the hard tyres. But yeah, you remember that they were right there next to each other. And now...
Yeah, now they're
so
P11 and P8.
staying out the one extra lap has really compromised poor Tipsy Bob. But it's still early days of the race. We're only about just over on
Yeah,
a third of the
70
way
laps to
through.
go.
So Leslie just got past Neo. Well, maybe Neo's going to come back, and yes, he will. Ferrari's in the mix
No.
here, so I need to be focusing on this battle, ladies and gentlemen. And look at this. Side-by-side wheel cramping. That's actually going to compromise a little bit of the exit speed there. The Ferrari almost might have just tapped the front wing. Might have lost a little bit of
That
power
was
here.
very, very close. Yeah, that was very close.
Look how they're bunched up here.
And look, Life Sole. Just passed.
Yeah, remember, these guys are battling for provisionally in P2. We still got the guys at the front here, or those guys on 9-lap tyres are yet to box. So remember, they will come out behind all this. But this squabble is quite good. It's actually keeping the likes of Bowman into place here, as looks like Talkstar. Eversnatch, as our race leader, gets past.
Well, I think Eversnax is like. I mean, he's just.
Oh, I thought
vibing in a way.
Ever was boxing. No, that's Torshka and Neo getting out of here, so that's going to clean up, make it a little bit easier for these drivers. Now Lava's ahead of Leslie, so he's got taking that P2 position. Remember, he was behind.
I mean, this moment Eversnax just don't have to spin or to mess his race. He just can be now calm and.
He's got to maintain it,
keeping the
exactly.
current,
But with the rain coming, how is he good? How is he in the rain? We all know that he might have been practicing a lot. He's the man that
This
set
is
pole.
the truth. Well, he hasn't been very, very lucky on the last race because there was Baku wet at the end of the race.
He's just taking Shaka.
Basically, he just got typhooned by a guy, so he lost a few positions.
So Snell wants to catch up with these guys. Remember, Snell was quite quick, the man that started in P2. One little mistake has cost him a lot of positions, but now he's just managing to climb his way back up through here. He's still got Dario ahead, who started those tyres. The only driver that's yet to box. Sorry, my apologies. There are those 3 other drivers yet to box. The drivers on 10 laps. So those tyres are not up to the temperature that you want.
Yep.
And therefore,
I don't know if
Tipsy Bob's
David
now
was-
back behind his teammate. Look at this. So once those other
yeah,
drivers
he's literally flying.
have boxed, it's helped him again, so he didn't have to try to get those overtakes. But he is catching. He is catching his teammate because he's on the mediums. Shakalaka's boxing.
He's boxing now. That's quite early for me.
Yeah, it is a little early for those mediums. He's one of the first mediums.
But probably doesn't want to go slower, you know.
Well, it's interesting because Neo did start on those mediums and went to mediums again. So Neo has to box again for another type of tyre compound. As there it is,
And look,
right at Tipsy
Tipsy
Bob's.
Bob.
That's what I said. He's
need to
he's
use
on
the
a
tyres.
flyer. He wants to catch up to his teammates 3 seconds down the road, so keep an eye on him starting. But Thor, remember, is also tucked up behind Leslie. So that's
we have to
also
remind that
compromising
Thor is
his
with
speed.
the-
That's actually helping his teammate of Tipsy Bob, no doubt. But Thor wants to get past the Mercedes. Not quite sure if Leslie got any damage before, because Leslie is dropping some places like the 1929 Stock Exchange. And here we go. Look how much power he has down the Mistle Straight. It should be an easy overtake as long as he can make it break. They're going to be contact
And
as Thor going around. We saw, that's almost a
No.
carbon copy of what happened to Snell. Although I do think he was definitely...
Well, basically Dan Henke was in the inside.
Yeah. Well, he had... In this case, he was not a little bit too late in the braking. He was ahead going into that corner, but that's just what it is.
Yeah.
We're not stewards. It's up to stewards to make those decisions.
Well, basically, I'm from FIA 54, so we will judge it.
Yeah, exactly. And all the wonderful stewarding team here, obviously, at SLR that do make those decisions after the races. I feel for them. They have to go through all the footages that people submit, and when they submit those incident reports and have a look at it. And they're doing it all for free.
Sometimes there are such decisions which they're not for sure easy to make.
I think Barman made an error there in P9 because he just appeared in the background really quickly, and look at that. That's the Red Bulls going very, very wide. Actually, they're both boxing up here in the outside. No, it's not. The Red Bull's there of Torsa. And Shakalaka, who's come back out on the pits now.
I don't know, Lavi Fasole is P1 now on Championship, so if he will stay on P2 now, I think we remain in the first place on Championship, I think. Because actually the gap between Snacks and Lavi Fasole is about, let me check now, is about 10 points. So yeah,
Ocean
for
Chiefs.
Lavi Fasole. He's very good.
Here's Snell now. Here is Snell. And you can see on Dario, and he has made it work through that turn. This is a couple of times now he's done some overtakes there through turn 8 and 9, then the Mistel Straight.
Yeah, and the thing...
Look at the distance. He's off in the road already. Sorry to cut you off there. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, about Tipsy Bob I was speaking about, like you need to use now his tires because after they will just drop a pace compared to the hards.
Well,
so now he needs to fly.
Dario's struggling in the AlphaTauri. Now, Dario's tyres are really about 40% currently at the moment. Well,
30%.
About 37%, let's say, average. The front left is the tyre that takes all the punishment here.
Do you have the tire performance?
I do, my friend. I know what's going on. I have the inside information. I've hacked into the car's controls. You can't get away from the Biggles when you do 15 or so races a week commentating. I have my ways around this.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Obviously, why don't we give that information out? I will actually take away that track map in a minute too, and actually have the graphic display up on the screen for you guys out there.
For everything.
So yes, I need to.
Why
do
you
that.
don't commentate the real F?
They don't pay me enough. Bean wants his back butt. Bean on Dario. So Dario's dropping. Dario's not liking these tyres right now. Really struggling with the performance of them.
Yeah, they're 5G.
And you can just see the cars are just driving off in the distance now. It's not because this man is slow. No means at all. These drivers, even though we are in a tier 4, they are certainly quick drivers. Some of the quickest drivers in the world. Some of these drivers will easily be in the top 100 time trials. For sure.
Yeah, it is true.
So,
definitely.
Yeah, he's just,
but
it's
as
still
you can
tires.
see a lot of moves on tier 4. So, that's the thing about tier 4. It's balanced, so the moves are a lot. That's why this championship is gonna be probably the most exciting we've ever seen on tier 4.
Oh, mate. It's exciting for me. Hopefully exciting for everybody out there in the YouTube world. I'm sure all the tiers, all the races are exciting.
Hoping so.
Here we go. I may very well be commentating for some real stuff later on, but I can't disclose that just yet until deals and contracts are signed. But, no, I don't think you guys would want me to do that because I may not be able to help commentate the racing leagues online. So you would miss me then, wouldn't you? As Maxi would box right now, is boxing in the Ferrari.
Ferrari?
The Ferrari, yeah, I said that right, didn't I? Well, sure, I was trying to tell you Italian.
You say Ferrari?
It is a Ferrari, is it not?
It's like Ferrari. It's like, no.
So,
the A is
not too much.
Ferrari.
Not too much is happening now. This is the middle part of this race. It happens quite a lot in Paul Ricard on the online racing world, the esports. They start to just settle it a little bit during this stage after that first pit stop. If the drivers are going to be doing one stoppers or two stoppers, some of the drivers are doing.
Well, I mean, this is usual on France. The first part of the race is really interesting because the cars are close, so the long straight, a lot of moves, and after when they pit, you see the differences of the pace between the drivers. So that's the thing.
This becomes a chess match game right now. Strategy at play. Drivers are starting to drive against the track. Now, that's what they're, rather than against the other drivers. They're driving against the clock, the time. They're trying to set their deltas, trying to match their time, and also trying to maximize the efficiency of these tires as well that come into play a little bit later. So it's up to them right now to drive against these things as they've all pretty much separated on the track. As you can see, this is the closest battle between Leslie catching the back of the Ferrari of Lave. So he's thinking about an overtake coming up soon, but the rest of the drivers are just battling against the clock there, battling against their deltas, which will come into play a little bit later. Once again,
when the range to come out?
Here comes Leslie. He's going to sit behind Lava for a little bit, but this is going to be a nice little battle to keep us entertained. Yes, that's the thing. The rain is still on. See the clouds there now? Do you see those clouds start to form? They are rain clouds, my friend. They are rain clouds. They weren't there before. Look
Like
at that rain
an
cloud
order.
right there to the top right-hand side of the stream. Look at that. That baby is hovering. There it
Yeah,
is. Look
this
at those
look.
clouds. I'm telling you, I am a weather god when it comes to this game. 15 or so leagues races a week, and I know exactly when rain is going to come. Better than Jeffrey has ever forecasted. And it's worked actually quite well for a lot of drivers that have listened to me. If they're listening into the stream, they have definitely
Yeah,
paid
you're
off.
giving a lot of secret information, so you shouldn't speak anymore. You know?
Well, you want me to
You're
give secret
giving too many
information about
information.
Leslie currently at the moment? What his tyres are? Roughly about 26 to 27% on those hards.
26%.
Yeah, which are fine. Obviously, the hard tyres are just quite okay at the moment, but Dario's still sticking with it. And this is probably smart from Dario. If Dario is listening in P8, he is going to be struggling on those tyres, and they'll be getting around
Oh,
40.
Lavi Faso, the second penalty.
Ooh, yeah, that's one of the first ones that are coming in. There are drivers. Eversnacks is on 2 warnings as well. You see, I've got information. And there's the tyre graphic. See that? There's Leslie's tyres, and there's Lavi's tyres. So you can't actually see it at the moment because you're not watching the stream.
No,
but
we see on my phone.
everybody, yep, there it
Oh,
is. I was
look.
going to say, everybody.
Yeah, look.
Do you like that
Look
fanciness? Huh?
Yeah, I like it. Nice job.
The Biggles brings you
Well, I mean,
all the
after-
goodies, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, you commentate 15 leagues a week, so I expect such a good things from you.
Oh, thank you. I love the SLR team, and I do appreciate you guys allowing me
thank
back into the booth. Now I have some free time. I'm not
You are welcome.
commentating another league now that I finished with, so that gives me free time. And of course, what I'm going to do with my free time?
Yeah, and you're
Commentate
welcome.
races. That's what I do with my free time. Ocean Chief at the moment is getting really close, and there it is, very close.
Maybe,
He's done an
maybe in the
overtake.
future you will get paid for it, even from SLR. Who knows?
No, I don't.
Like,
I don't want to be paid from leagues. I mean, if
Yes.
they have any money, and I'd
It should
expect
be
them.
paid.
I expect
No.
them to put that
It
back
sh-
into making the leagues grow. I'm okay. I mean, I have my own job. I'm self-employed. If I get paid from commentating, it'll be from a professional company, of course, that has plenty of cash to spare. So Ocean Chief is a man on a mission. He's the only driver that's actually boxed twice. My apologies. Max has boxed twice as well. Those 2 drivers. So they get it looking. Dario's now boxing. I was about to say, this is the thing with Dario. I guess his tyres just could not do it. 50% they are currently. Going to the softs,
clouds.
it's a smart idea to definitely go to the softs because the
Yeah,
clouds
it's
are certainly hovering. That's the thing. But the problem is, and this is what I do love about this game, I keep telling people, especially when they do when some of the leagues do fixed weather, I say, I don't know why you do fixed weather, or they try to match the weather off the real forecast. And I'm saying that's great because obviously the real forecast is one thing. It's called a forecast. Weather is not that predictable. Even in the real world, you can't predict if the rain is actually going to be there. So if the forecast says that. But I always say this dynamic weather model is great because the rain is still hovering around, but it's not guaranteed it's going to come. That's the thing. It's changing. My weather forecast that I'm having, that I wish I should have had it up on the screen there that I didn't get ready in time. I could show you how much that's changing. And it is changing because before it was showing thunderstorms. Now it's showing rain, but lighter rain. And that's just updated recently. It does update, I believe, from the telemetry every 5 minutes. It'll give you a better, accurate forecast. So the rain might not come. Or it might. We don't know. That's the beauty of it. Even Jeff doesn't know. And this could definitely spice up the end of the race. I hope it does come. I hope you guys
Even
out there
the game
do.
doesn't know what is going
No,
on.
well, it's every
Nobody.
5 minutes. It's a prediction. To show you that right now, in 10 minutes' time, it's predicting a 60% chance of rain in 10 minutes' time. But that will change.
60.
That'll update soon. And I'll let you know when it updates next.
Okay.
So there you have it.
And by the way, we can just say thank you for sharing your talent with us.
Sorry, sir? You're away from the microphone when you said that?
Oh, sorry. Wimpy said on chat, thank you for sharing your talent with us.
Thank you very much, Wimpy. Thank you very much for tuning in, my friend. It's fun to commentate when you guys are out there heavily watching the race as well, watching these gladiators. All 15 of them still in this race. Touch wood. I'd love to see all 15 of them finish this race. Still anybody's race to win, even though Eversnacks is just really a man on a mission at the front.
Whoever's next.
Leslie's keeping, Lava quite friendly there. Tipsy Bob and Thor. Remember Tipsy Bob's girlfriend, that's French, would go absolutely ballistic if he wins this race for sure. Absolutely ballistic is in a good, absolutely ballistic way.
Yeah, I mean P4. His wife should be happy about it. He started on P7, right?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on those standings. We could probably pull them up because we are live. I forgot we guys had those fancy things right there. I have to, because the game pauses out when you do that too. Yeah, where is he? Well, Ocean Chief's in P4 in the championship. It's really hard for me to read that. I can see it now. Can't quite see where he is.
Yeah, yeah, Chief is on P4 championship, 34 points, fighting for P3, 3 points of cap, and actually is in P10. And Pretorius said this natural habitat. Well, that's actually true because you have to know that Chief in every race is aiming for P10. So you actually got it.
Well, there's an overtake. See, Dario's come back out. And Dario's on 5G and definitely got 5G. Oh, spin in the background from Neo. I think Neo was just trying to keep up with the same pace as Dario has, but there's one thing that maybe Neo didn't forget. And especially, this is the thing, when you're following a car through those corners at that speed, Dario's got those fresh softs on. So he had the traction easily coming around that corner, and I think Neo's tried to copy that off, and of course going, uh-oh, my tyres aren't quite as good. He's 9 laps on those mediums. So the tyres are okay. Let's go back to the full screen live. We've gone over those results. I don't know why it goes black there for a minute, but Snell's now caught the back here of Thorpe. Snelly. As Kitty, I think is Kitty Tipsy Bob's wife, says she doesn't think she's going to be happy because she only accepts wins. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to hear Tipsy Bob after the race.
Yeah, for sure.
Interview.
Here goes Snell now on Snell on Thor. So Snell's finding a lot of better traction here on those tyres with that weather still lurking around. I don't know that rain's going to come anymore, guys. It's showing 10 minutes time, 77%, 10 minutes time, but 6 laps. It's not, even if it does come, I don't think it's going to affect anything.
I don't think he's going to rain, actually, but you never.
Yeah, but it's just
Do you
lurking.
think he's going to try Leslie now
look
on the inside? Yeah, that was the right move. I mean, Levi Vasile has 3-second penalties, so...
There's no such thing as a closed dance floor. Well, everybody's dancing out there in the YouTube world, in the chat. I love to see it. The dance floor is open right now. Well, Paul Ricard is open. And 6 laps to dance. And tangle. And tango. Or do you want to do the twists? Or a little bit of the waltz? I can think of all your dance moves. Perhaps a bit of salsa.
Salsa? No, I'm little a bad dancer.
I'm just trying to think of all the dancing at the moment. Because this Mercedes is dancing his way on the back there of the Ferrari.
Yeah, but we're racing now. We're not dancing. So let's do the race.
All right. Yes, boss.
Are you going to stream also?
Yeah, the tyre performance graphic. Once again, did I show you the goodies here in SLR? Almost 50% on that front left tyres. So they're going to start struggling for traction here right now. They are on the hard tyres, but we did see a bit of an issue. Tipsy Bob might really start to feel this one, and Bean soon, with that weather looming in there. 10 minutes time, rain coming, but it might be too late. What are we looking at? 1.5 minutes per lap. So, yeah, that's not it. I want the rain to come just to prove my forecasts are there. Look at the speed difference Leslie has. Now he's going to have to brake. Oh, he had to brake very early. Very lucky.
Wait, Chief, there's no penalty, Chief.
Not to, Chief start. I'll show those penalties actually.
Yeah, honestly,
right now.
Would be very disappointed.
3 seconds for most people.
You literally have flexed all the 22 laps that you have secret information, so I would be very disappointed.
Yeah, it's 51% the front left. That's the one that's taken punishment. But they both had that same tyre, similar. This is what I was mentioning this before, after the first round of pit stops. Didn't I tell you? I said it's the part of by the way, look at the overcast conditions. Look at that.
No.
But this is what I was saying. I was saying the fact that it's managing yourself and the car on the track. that was the crucial part that you had to do during the middle part, because that's going to make the difference right now towards the end of the race. Who can keep that car pointing in the right direction? Because those tyres are really going to start falling off the cliff soon. The hard tyres are very, very durable, no doubt. But when they get to the end of their life, they start really becoming... I mean, I'm not even a race driver, but I just know this from watching cars around the track, you know, 2,000 odd hours.
Yeah, you watch not too many cars a day.
Rain in 10, guaranteed from my weather forecast. Team telemetry software is actually what I use for that. So if you actually want that cool information, DM me. It's free.
Eh?
Leslie.
Oh, it's free? Thank you.
Yeah, it's free, mate. It's free.
Nice.
I work with the programmer to help him out.
Oh, wait, now it's raining. It's lighter. It's starting.
Yes. But it's come a little bit earlier. This is the good thing about the dynamic weather. It can change. It can come a little earlier than what I maybe expected it to be. So maybe
you got it right.
Maybe it will be just a little bit too. But this has got to be super, super difficult for the drivers now.
It doesn't seem too much light.
No, it's going to have to rain for a couple of laps. It's not thunderstorms. The thunderstorms have gone away. Oh no, I'm getting an update of a thunderstorm report, so it could start getting heavy pretty quickly.
Ooh,
this is a long track. It's 6 kilometers long, so much like Spa, it could rain one part of the track and not in the other. And if you miss that pit lane entrance, and it could start raining by the end of it. And you got to remember, these guys aren't on fresh rubber as well. They're on some pretty used rubber, so it's difficult enough to manage that car around here, but a little bit of raindrops, a little bit of greasy track surface.
I think like Eversnax in this moment is like saying, why is raining? I'm just chilling around the track.
Precarious is saying, drivers in the storm. Exactly. Welcome along to the doors. Drivers in the storm.
Look at that rain.
Yeah, this is fun.
I think it's going to be wet soon. Yeah, it is fun for the watchers. I don't know.
Look at the tyre performance graphics now, guys. Once again, I threw that up there. Love is on nearly 60%. Look at the rears. Barely anything, but the fronts are taking all the punishment. Almost, yeah, getting close to 60 front left. So drivers have to be sitting there nursing that. Say, who's a good tyre? You better be a good tyre for me for the rest of this race.
Drivers.
I don't know where I come up. I don't know where I come up with these puns. See what happens when you do this for so much. Neo is in the box. This is an interesting call. Is he going to go into the gamble it on the inters? I mean, why not? I mean,
yeah, inters. Yeah.
Yeah, gamble it, mate. Because the raindrops are coming down. This could be a very smart strategy.
Yeah, but I'm just watching. Oh, and Max Pan.
Tipsy Bob's status. Yeah, there's the rain. I'll tell you Tipsy Bob's status.
Look.
Oh, I can't actually show you the graphics just yet.
Stay out. Eversnax, but I'm looking. He's driving and he's just struggling along with it. You need to be very careful with the throttle. So
I think you might be right out there, guys. I think because the problem is too, it's got to get a little bit more wet to take advantage of it now.
Yeah, but now it's getting.
The rain is The rain could be just too many laps. There's 2 laps to go now. That's the problem. It's not enough time to take advantage of it. You can see Neo's going to drop positions, unfortunately. Yeah, he's took that gamble. He really had nothing to lose. He's outside the points. Tipsy Bob got overtaken by Snell just at that point when I was looking at Neo struggling.
Oh, Eversnax.
Oh, no.
No, sorry. Tipsy Bob.
Tipsy Bob. Well, Tipsy Bob's wife, Kitty, out there is not going to be happy. I mean, he's not going to win, and he's just dropped a place right now to Snell. But that's because Tipsy Bob's tyres are absolutely cooked. Yeah, they're in the 60s by far. We should see that graphic. The cat is whinging in the background here, the cat that I'm nursing. I think that the cat is calling out for a race win from Tipsy Bob, but unfortunately Tipsy Bob is going to bring this car home. And I'm not going to commentate curse poor Tipsy Bob because I'm not going to say something's going to go wrong.
Yeah, Tipsy Bob this time is struggling with the mediums. Yeah, not the best start.
Yeah, you can see the exit speed that Snell has.
At the beginning, but after, yeah, definitely. The hearts are better in this moment.
Who was your replacement out there, Meepo, that you're referring to as Neo's dropped all the way back to the field? They're taking that gamble a little bit too early. You can see the rain is just coming down, but not heavy enough.
I mean, Meepo hasn't scored any points yet, so in Tier 4.
There you go. I love that. The positive of reminding the driver out there that he hasn't scored any points.
Yeah. But
Federer Federera.
No.
Federera.
Well, okay, yeah.
He's a tough commentator, guys. You want to be on his good side. Bean's boxing. So this is interesting. Why is Bean boxing on the penultimate lap here? Now he's gonna lose out to
weird.
the Red Bull driver. Right now he's coming. Where is the Red Bull driver? Just trying to see. Red Bull's gone past. He's going to lose out also to Ocean Chief and Shakalaka. So that's interesting. And he's gone to the Inters, but on the penultimate lap, or not the penultimate lap actually. We do have 2 laps. We have a local yellow. Somebody's had a spin, I think. Yeah, we have. We have a car stopped in the 3rd sector. I'm trying to see who that is. It's an Alpha Tauri, I believe. Maybe it's Neo. I can't.
Yeah, but
I'm just getting race numbers here. Well, if cars are starting to spin...
Yeah, it is actually true.
Well, Leslie's just lapped their Neo, so obviously it's not ready yet. Now we're on the penultimate lap. We're having another local yellow, guys. Trying to see if that's somebody else spinning. Anyway, let's go back up to the business end and see how these guys are managing it. Tipsy Bob is he's keeping within the DRS there of Snell. And his teammate Thor is just behind him, but are they going to be a switcheroo? Is maybe Thor's tyres. Snell must have made a little bit of an error there because he was pulling up the road. They're coming back. Bean's getting overtaken. This is the last lap. Oh, Snell's boxing. What is going on? These drivers are boxing on the last lap of the race to put some new tyres on. He's just dropped all these places.
What?
What is going on? Exactly. Do they know something we don't know? It's raining for sure, but you can't box to put Inters on the last lap of the race.
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, he has a gap to the Red Bull, so he should come back in and out. So he's only going to lose. Well, he'll lose out to both of those Red Bulls now. No, he will.
And now we're going to see Everest and we'll follow Everest.
And he has his teammate there. Yeah, let's go to the race leader. I'm confused out there too, guys. We're going to find out in the post-race interviews as to WTF, what some of these drivers are doing.
Let's say.
Yeah, for Snell, he's just dropped to both the Red Bulls. Sorry,
I mean, it's not
the Red Bull and the Williams. Sorry, my apologies about that one. Anyway, Eversnacks has dominated this race, done everything right. He's actually been, not to mention, on 2 warnings for a lot of this race as well. A lot of them. And I'll show you those penalties out there, guys. 3 seconds. So Lava will unfortunately lose out there to the Mercedes of Leslie. So Leslie will get that P2. Ocean Chief and Snell have exchanged. So Snell's call for those Inters hasn't worked if his teammate Shakalaka picks up a late penalty there. That's going to compromise him. Actually, we're 3 seconds ahead of Bean. But now, let's not worry about that because our race leader here, Eversnacks, is going to get that McLaren across the line and win this race comfortably after a dominating qualifying position. And absolutely has dominated this race as well. So Lava,
everything was fine.
Good racing there, but unfortunately we'll lose out just with that penalty situation there too.
So
Leslie.
now Lava Fasole P3 is going to take 15 points.
Yeah, Tipsy Bob, good on him, got in at P4. Obviously his wife is not going to be his wife's not going to be happy at all. She expected nothing but a race win.
Maybe we will have a word with him and with his wife. We don't know.
I'd say it's Tipsy Bob, but he did start in P7. He got P4. But the driver of the day would be this man, the Red Bull driver of Torxy, because he started in P13 and made his way up in a P6. Very good job there. Late call from Snell. Dropped him back to 8. Very interesting call. Yeah. We'll find out. The rain has come. There it is. You can see how dark it is. It's gloomy. It's thunderstormy, but unfortunately just a little bit too late. A little bit earlier would have spiced things up. Perhaps a safety car in the middle of this race would have definitely bring the rain coming, but it didn't. And the only thing that came was a McLaren crossing the line and dominating. He's going to get plenty of snacks, that's for sure, from the team there. Ever snacks a lot. And guess what, guys? I'm absolutely excited back to be. Maybe this is the biggest luck that I'm bringing here to SLR Season 7 Tier 4 because we had all 15 drivers finish this race.
Yeah, nobody at all.
And that's exactly what you want, isn't it? To see that at the end of the day.
Absolutely. I mean,
we've still got Boosted Max coming across the line now. There it is. And then he'll also have Boomon
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I'd like to show there, but I like to show the driver who won the race at the end because that's the one that cuts back to when he points his finger up and says, yes, 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 yes. Screaming that out, no doubt. There it is. There's the Red Bull driver of the day that I predicted there because he started in P13 and finished in P6.
yeah.
If you'd like to read through those results for us in a second as we watch this man dry now on the top step.
Yeah, now he's dry. What?
Yeah,
Okay, what?
the podium celebrations are always dry. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, they're not
So,
going to be
yeah.
dry anymore as the champagne starts to fly. What a
Then
fantastic
we have
job.
Eversnax P1 and Leslie and Lavi Fasole P2 and P3. And Tipsy Bob, maybe his wife is not so happy about it, but P4, I mean, he's turned P7, so. And Tipsy Bob is a reserve driver, so a very good race for him.
Yeah, if you'd like to read through those results for us there for a,
Yeah,
a
and after
race.
yeah. 5th Thor, 6th Papa HS, which you think is there of today? I think too. But also I think another guy would be Leslie or Eversnax. I mean Eversnax. P1 on qualifying, P1 on the race without any penalty, so I think there are a few contenders.
You got to go through them. 20-something seconds to go. I'll go through it, actually, if you want the Tipsy Bob P4 there. Thor, Talkstar, Ocean Chief, Snell, Shaka, Bean, Dario, Boosted Mass, Boomin, I think that is, Max Splits, Neo, Dio. They all finished this race. You can see some of those penalties did a bit of a switcheroo. Fastest lap goes to Ocean Chief. So
yeah, Ocean Chief, P7.
There you go, guys. Well, please, I mean, Tara said thank you very much for the commentary. You loved it. Thank you very much for allowing us and tuning into this race. Let's see if we can hear from those drivers for sure, because I want to hear from those drivers. Let's go to our interview screen.
Yeah, let's go for the. Yeah.
Oh, and that's not the
And
results I want to be showing, so my apologies about that. Let me pull up the actual results. I won't show those results at all. Bum. There. So, post-race interviews. That was the results from the last race, actually, 100% race.
Okay, we have Leslie and
Yeah.
Nevernext.
Pull them in,
We want
please.
to
You can
bring
pull in
it.
whoever you like.
I think
You can pull
the
them.
race winner.
You can pull them both in if you want. I don't mind the actual drivers that
No,
can listen in, and
let's
we
go
can have
for-
one at a time.
Yeah, let's go for Eversnax, the race winner. Hey, Eversnax.
Yeah, Eversnax.
Hello.
It seems like it's been
Hello.
ages since we chatted. So, since the commentary box, mate. How did that feel? Congratulations! What a race win.
Oh, yeah, that was taxing actually. It was I was sweating really hard. Yeah, it feels like a very, very long race. After we haven't raced for a while, just to get back in, do a 50% race, it's a lot, and especially with the added pressure of it being a league race. Like it was, even though I had kind of a good gap for at least the second half of the race, it was still very, yeah. It took its toll on me.
It did, but yeah, I mean, your qualifying performance was just brilliant. It was just in a class of its own. And the tires towards the end, I think they got up around 60 or so % front left, so they were starting to struggle. And did you know that rain was coming? Was that something forecasted from Jeff or not?
Yeah, I almost missed it in the qualifying, but I did see that there's rain coming, and I knew it would be towards the end of the race. I was really considering the soft medium, and then for the inters on at the end of the race, but my softs at the start were just too worn to even try it. It wasn't worth it, especially with Snell Henke right behind me.
Yeah, you boxed 8. You did 8 laps on them, and then eventually 19. So the other drivers that were behind you, the other guys that finished in P2, P3, they boxed just a couple of laps earlier. That was Leslie and Lavi. So
Yeah,
that
really
means
helped.
that they did probably. I'd say because they punished their hard tires a little bit more. We'll hear from them. Hopefully, we'll hear from some of those drivers. Yeah, so Snacksy, you're going to get all the snacks you want from the team right now because you did a fantastic job for the McLaren. That'll also help you in the championship too, which let's have a look real quick.
Absolutely,
at the standings.
I'm gonna start snacking people up in the championship now.
Well, there are the drivers' championship standings right now, so yep. You're snacking up the points there. But Lavi, remember, the man that's leading the championship, still finished on a podium. So the fight is definitely there. Ocean Chief
Absolutely.
also gets an
Indeed.
extra point for the fastest lap. Anyway, any words there, Snacksy, before we let you go take a breather? Probably have a shower or something because you're sweaty. You said sweating it out.
Yeah, I'm thinking it sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it seems a quite dominant race from you. I mean, what did you think when the rain? Like you were like, oh no, why? I'm just chilling, and now the rain. I mean, what did you think about it?
I was worried about when the rain would come. I was I'm always worried about rain because I tend to be a bit of a spinner. So when the rain comes, it's a bit risky. But I was really glad that I had that gap. At the end, I could just go slow and go careful. As soon as I saw the first raindrops, I started going slower and slower. And yeah, I was kind of worrying for a bit, but with the gap I had, it was okay at the end.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, thank you. We do have a couple of drivers to go through the interviews, so you can stay around here if you want for the interviews. We're just going to bring in some of the other drivers now, so if you don't mind hanging out, listening, if you want,
guys.
not a problem. Thank you. So who do we bring in here next?
Let's go for
Lavi?
Sol and
Yep.
Leslie. Both of them, they fight for the race.
Yeah,
so
go, bring him in.
Right.
Let's chat to the Lavi. Welcome along.
And Leslie,
Congratulations.
welcome.
Yeah, both of you guys there, Lava and Leslie. We'll start with, we'll start with Leslie first because Leslie finished in P2. Congratulations, guys.
Biggles, my friend. How you doing, Biggles?
What did you say? Sorry, big.
I said Biggles, my friend.
Oh,
How you doing?
I thought you said. I thought you said big balls. That was something
maybe also, but that's something I don't know, Biggles. You know that.
that was the James Hunt reference in an interview I think many years ago when they said it's like, so what makes you drive so fast or something like that? And he said that anyway. About you, Leslie.
Yes.
Yeah. So you won. Lava did finish across the line ahead of you, but those penalties, just the things that bit you really didn't. The penalties from Lava, but you stuck with it, mate. So you started in P3, finished in P2. How was that race?
Yeah, quite. Outside of the incident with Thor, what happened when he overtook me and he broke very early, and we just discussed that together, and he just gonna report it. So, yeah, I gotta see it from my own POV, but I don't know. I broke later, and he broke very early, so that's also a shame. But luckily, he had no damage, and he could go through. And for the rest of the race, yeah, I was just chilling in Lava as DRS, because I think Eversnack was too fast, and Lava had 3 seconds, so I didn't want to take the risk to burn my ERS and go in front of him. So
yeah, true.
Yeah.
And I had mentioned, but the tires towards the end, what you guys were struggling on 21 lap hards.
Yeah, that 56% hard in the rain is not what you want to have. Like that's not the dream situation, but yeah.
And did it come to your mind that you perhaps risk going to these inters, or the track just simply wasn't wet enough yet?
I think I had the perfect position to react. Like I'm behind Eversnacks and I'm behind Lavi, so if they go in, I go in as well. Like I don't have to take any risk. I don't gonna stay outside like Lando did.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
Well, it's going to feel good. Obviously, spicing up the championship too, which I'll show you those standings in the championship. That was obviously the standings from the previous race, not from this one.
Yeah, it's my second place and my first season without traction. So it's a learning season, like I said. It's fine. So, but very good driving of Lavi as well. So that's
thank you. Lava is in here as well. Sorry, go ahead, Les.
Yeah.
So sorry, Leslie. What do you want to say towards the end? I cut you off. My apologies.
Nothing. Like good driving for Lavi, and I think Feda can do the interview in Italian, and we can leave, Biggles. We can go. We can grab a beer or something. So.
Well, my Italian's perfect, mate. No, it's not. No, it's not. No. What, a Ferrari? So, yeah. Good idea, Leslie. You can stay in here, obviously, and listen to the rest of the interview if you want, or grab a beer. But yeah,
no. No drinking.
Heineken 0.0. So let's go. Yeah, Lovey, mate. In the Ferrari itself that we were speaking of, just missing out there to those penalties, but overall good race, right?
Yeah, I mean, quite good. I think we lost snacks when we were battling with some of the guys who hadn't pitted, and the gap was too big to catch, so then it was just driving.
I'm just reading Tipsy Bob saying snacks, it's time to drop the line. They had some of the drivers. Tipsy Bob we'll hear from, obviously, and Thor in a minute. So, yeah, anything? I mean, once again, you boxed a little bit earlier than Ever Snacksy did.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, maybe we should have stayed a little bit longer because we got like behind all the guys who hadn't pitted, and I think Snacks got in front of them.
Yep. Yeah, I noticed that. That was the thing. Got caught in traffic, didn't you? And you guys had to battle your way back up through it, and eventually got the clean air once those rest of those drivers that are on the alternative strategy, the mediums and stuff. So
Yeah,
that-
exactly.
But sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit. The undercuts can pay off.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was faster than us, but I mean, you have to try something.
Yeah, you do. And strategy is the best way to play it. Certainly in Paul Ricard. Anyway, I'll let you guys chillax so we can get through the rest of the interviews.
Yeah.
Yeah. good
Congratulations. That was Leslie and Lavi there. So they
See you
finished
guys.
in P2 and P3. You can see on the screen. Thank you.
luck. Thanks.
Have a good one.
You
Bye
too.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
So I believe we'll bring Thor and Tipsy Bob in next so we can have a chat to those drivers
Yes.
because they're both in the Williams, sitting there chatting.
Hey,
And Tipsy
Thor and-
Bob, well, before we get into this conversation, your wife apparently is French, if I'm not
Mais
mistaken.
oui, ma femme est française, ouais. Oui.
Yeah, and so she obviously is not happy. She said she's only happy if you win, but you didn't win today, my friend. P4.
I mean,
Yeah,
baby,
I mean-
listen, hang on. See, like, I can say this, right? I've been with her 15 years, right? Married. I can't remember how long. Hopefully she's not listening. right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, they're never happy, Biggs.
Yeah, they're never happy. That's true.
It's like, say, the first 10 years is the worst. After that, it's pure hell.
Oh, yeah. There you go, guys. So there's your advice out there. Get married. It's fun.
No, don't get married. Don't get married.
Well, if she's rich, then you do it.
Yeah. What if
If she's a witch, what?
Rich.
No,
Rich.
she's
Rich.
wealthy, man.
Wealthy. Yeah.
Flip, I wish. I was going to swear there. Flip.
Well, she could buy you, I mean, you're in a Williams, but she could buy you a Ferrari, perhaps.
Huh?
I don't know. Wouldn't mind an Isle of Merc, a big AMG GTR. What?
Yeah. Well, there you go. You are powered
Hey,
by a
man, hey,
Mercedes
man.
and a Williams car.
Hey, lads, let me say this. Who said you can't do soft medium on France? What?
Aha! Exactly right. As you can see, well, you can't see up on the screen, but that's exactly what Tipsy Bod did. Soft to mediums. I actually said you could do softs to mediums at the start of the
Yes.
broadcast.
Yes, because I was chatting with Thor in our wee private kind of team room, and I used to do tier 1 bigs quite a lot, and so I've seen what the guys can do, and I've done soft medium before in France. It is very difficult. So, and I'm nowhere near those guys' level anymore up in tier 1, so they're far better than me. But I've generally always been pretty good with my tire wear. So I said to Thor, I says, frick it, but not as polite as that, being Irish,
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to go for this. I'm going to run a little bit longer on the softs and stick on the mediums and see what happens. Because me and Thor, we knew the rain was coming. I was hoping that it would come a little bit sooner so that I could get the benefit of the grippy mediums and then switch on to maybe the inters, But alas, it didn't happen. And at the end, it was really, pinchy bum time or whatever you call that near the end, because as you probably noticed, Thor and Snella were catching me really fast. And just as I crossed the line, in case anybody was wanting to know, my tire wear was all over the place. Front left was 71.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Front right, 65. And then the rears, 60 and 55. So incredibly unbalanced, but I just about made it. I don't even know, man, if the rain actually helped me to a degree to cut down on the wear. But yeah, to go from, I think I was P8 to just hanging on in there and getting to P4, I'm pretty much chuffed with that, yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Well, that was a very tight simulation as well. I was getting the tire graphic information up there and also looking at the tire information graphic from some of the drivers of the team telemetry. It was, the rears don't take much of a punishment at all. It's the, I mean, to take it an example, Mr. Ever Snacksy, his front left was about 60 and his rears were in 40s.
Yeah.
So.
Like I said, I'm looking at my screen now. Just before I crossed the line, 71 front left, 65 front right, and then the rears were 60 and 55. Yeah, but it was hard going.
The strategy.
I'm actually normally pretty good in France. kind of history has shown that. Not really so much today. The guys, Lava Slowly and Leslie and Snacks, they're just on another level today. But whilst I'm here, Mr. Snacks will be listening. It is time, Mr. Snacks, to drop the line. Because
I love that. Could you do that again? Somebody needs to clip that. That's such a radio present. Do it again. One more time, that Tipsy Bob.
Okay, it's what did I say again? Oh yes, I think it's time for Mr. Snacks to drop the line.
Haha, brilliant. Yep.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to
clip that. Clip that. We should even put that in the broadcast and maybe the pre-show or something like that. I'd love to have that. Snacks, that's right. Yeah.
There is a thing, Biggs, that the boys have always said since day one, that if someone starts to dominate, they're going to ask to move off their assists.
That's true. It's a good idea. I was actually, similar drivers that I know from last season decided with the new game, they're like, you know what, I'm going to change something and I'm not going to use the racing line, or I'm going to drop another assist or something they used just to start the new game out fresh with that.
Yeah.
So it's a good idea. And yeah, exactly. If you start dominating, drop the line. Try something else.
Drop the line, Snacks. Drop the line.
He just wants to spice up the championship as well, too.
So in Tier 2, Legend should drop the line, but yeah.
Well, Thor's also here. The other Williams driver, a little bit quiet. Actually, that's what I wanted to ask you guys. You were really close together on track quite a bit. And obviously, this is something that happened during the pit stop because you boxed... Who boxed first, Tipsy or yourself?
I did.
Thor, yeah.
I did.
So you boxed first, and that you came out, and then when Tipsy Bob boxed, he came out with a lot more traffic, right? Losing a lot more time, I believe. Yeah, so that because by staying at that one extra lap. But then again, you had to, didn't you, Tipsy Bob, because you had to stretch those soft tires more so that your mediums could go a little longer.
That's right. Yeah, I was hoping to try and get to maybe lap 10, but it was just too much touch and go for me, and then on the softs there about the pop. So I had to bail in. I think a lap 9 I made it to.
Yeah, and obviously you couldn't double stack because you guys were half a second apart. Anyway, at that point.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so
we were
Thor,
working together.
Sorry.
We were working. Sorry, I'm kind of cutting in here. Typical me, right? But we were working together in VC. We're using the DRS, and then Thor did tell me I'm going to go one more lap, and then he's going to pit. So that's why he passed me before he pitted. That was planned.
Yeah, my goal was to push on my in-lap so that I wouldn't get undercut by Ocean Chief, and I managed to get out before Ocean Chief came. So overcut worked, I guess, or undercut denied.
Yeah, exactly. And that was a good call from you guys. I was kind of wondering up here during the commentary. Well, we were if you guys were working together as teammates, because sometimes you see drivers racing out there and they're like, they're not even in communication. Are they aware that they're teammates? Well, obviously you guys were working quite well together as teammates. And good results there for the Williams team too, as you go, because you both gained some great places there. Well, at least 7-4 and 5-5. I mean, sorry.
Yeah, Biggs. The only problem is that I'm a reserve, so I don't think the points are going to count for Williams. That's the only snag. You see, there's been a kind of a run and going thing for a couple of seasons that I would like to drop into Tier 4. I'm more just casual now, Biggles. You know, I just want to just race as and when. But a lot of the guys say that if I was there full time, you know, practicing and stuff, I would probably be too quick. So I don't know.
Well,
I would
why don't you drop the line, mate? Time to drop the line.
Me?
Yes, as well. If you're gonna be too quick.
Hang on a minute, man.
He's not been on any assist for years, man.
I don't use any assists.
Oh, okay. Well, then what about, are you T-cam or cockpit?
Well, at the moment.
Aha. So then, so it's time to go the cockpit view.
Hang on a minute. Whoa. The line is supremely overpowered.
Yeah, well, it's up to those drivers, mate. Because if they want to use the line and they can go a lot quicker without it, that's up to them.
See, the thing is, this is the bane of my existence, right? Me and Icewind often rant together like two old men about assist people, right? And the biggest, worst assist is the racing line, because
yes, I definitely agree.
It's like almost almost impossible for them to miss their break point. Almost impossible, because you've got a big, massive red line telling you when to brake.
Yeah.
Whereas if you don't have anything, then it allows more human error. so it makes it a more authentic racing experience.
I agree that all the time.
Yes,
But this is a
definitely
tier
agree.
4, so I mean,
Oh, yes.
you will
I
obviously for the tier 1, like the top leagues. That's usually most leagues actually all say that every single. It's the drivers that don't use a line, that don't like the drivers that do use a line and stuff. But you end up using a car ahead of you, and it gets even more difficult too as well when you don't use a racing line, because you tend to break when they break and stuff like that as well. So yeah, it does
As
spice
you
things
said,
up.
though, it is tier 4, so no, it's allowed. There's no problem with that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just if a guy starts dominating, like Snacks did. Jokes aside, he did kind of dominate today. I think he was 10 seconds faster than P2. So, that's when it starts getting a little bit silly, if I can say, that someone is clearly supremely faster than everyone else. And it's always been that rule within the SLR that if someone starts to be a little bit too fast, then they're going to try and clip their wings a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, but I think
Snacks will not like me after this.
I think that maybe we should drop some other assists before the line, because yeah.
Well,
Maybe not take
well,
the biggest help first. Maybe start with the traction control or.
it'll be debated for sure, guys. We'll keep that one. The only way to obviously find out about all that sort of stuff will be to join the Slipstream League Racing Discord, and then you can debate that one all day and night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, anytime, with these fantastic gladiators. And all 15 of the gladiators finish this race as well too, so you get to see 100% attrition from the drivers, which is great. So yeah,
No safety cars too, lads.
yeah, no safety cars.
Yeah, that was a clean race. Yeah, actually, it was very
Clean.
race.
Yeah, a couple of front wings, obviously, and early spins, but that was really it. And also, you go. And everybody in the chat was a bit quiet, but I'm actually curious to know those drivers, like what happened with Snell, that he boxed on the last lap to put the inters on and dropped.
Oh, that was quite weird.
Because he was ahead of you guys.
That's right, yeah. He was ahead of me. He passed. He was much quicker on those hards near the end. And near the last couple of laps, my mediums were just dying.
I don't know why he took that gamble. Like, I mean, the rain was going to pour down, but really in an extra lap or two after. So that was
The thing is, lads, that he had a 3-second time penalty, right? So on the second last lap, I didn't push with my battery, albeit there was very little I could do with my worn mediums, right? But on the very last lap, because he wasn't getting away that quickly, and he had a 3-second time penalty, so I was just planning that on the final lap, or sorry, the second last lap was it? I was going to push as hard as I could, but then he pitted. He pitted just before the final lap.
on the final lap, I think. Yeah. Give or take right about there. Exactly. Yeah.
So I mean that completely threw me, because I mean he's going to drop a lot of places. Suppose maybe he was gambling that everyone was going to start spinning off. That could have been the gamble, but yeah, I think he dropped a couple of positions over that decision. Yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
He did, because the Red Bull talks, who got the driver of the day as well too, from 13th up into 6th. He would have come out. He still would have been ahead of him, even if he lost out to both of you guys without the penalties.
Yeah.
So yeah, he would have been P6, but ended up finishing P8. So that was a. Then again, if it did start raining really heavy towards the end there, that gamble could have very much paid off for him. Anyway, we keep the stream going forever, but we can't. We've all got to go. I think we have some of the drivers. Yeah. So thank you very much for the chat, guys, and obviously,
no worries.
Fediverera. I'll tell you, I'll get your name eventually, right?
Well, let's say, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You just put the Italian accent on, but Fedivara.
Fedivara.
No,
There we go.
That's absolutely.
I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, thank you.
Good job,
Thank
man.
you, Thor, and Tipsy Bob
you.
there in the Williams. Obviously, the other drivers as well that came in the interview. Federera. Yeah, thank you, mate. It's good to be commentating with you for the first time.
Thank you, same for me.
We'll be back again next week. Same time, same network, same place. In Austria. Great. Yeah. So then you can be doing some of your German accents as well.
Sure.
I think Austrian. Anyway, that's up from us. Thank you very much. I have an ending Biggles here, but no. Ending. Good night, everybody. Take care. Stay safe. We have more racing coming up tomorrow. So
tomorrow,
ready.
Tier 3.
Tier 3. All right. See you guys. Take care.
Yes, you.